Tonight at Tameside Radio, in celebration of Halloween, we are going to be looking at ghosts and ghouls. We're going to be doing a paranormal investigation in Jo Fern's salon right here in Ashton Under Lyne. So get ready for scares and screams. Probably off me, but get ready. So here we are at the Jo Fern Salon in Ashton. So it's our paranormal night tonight, and we're upstairs, we're in the building, and we're ready to go. Here with me is Adam from Ghost Tours UK. So hi Adam, how are you doing?
Good evening. Yeah, as you say, we're at Jo Fern Salon in Ashton. We've been invited here by Stacey that owns the salon now.
Very nicely.
I've personally worked here a few times doing photography events. I've heard from the staff a few times that they've had different experiences of unexplained, possibly paranormal.
And that's the main thing there, isn't it? It's the unexplained.
So it's coming up to Halloween. We've been invited back. I've brought my team of investigators. We've got Claire, who's a parapsychologist, and Rob, a spiritualist medium. So hopefully we're going to shed a little bit of light on what people may or may not have been feeling. Amazing,
amazing. Okay, so bring you to, Robert, so can you explain a little bit about where you've been and what your experience is?
I've been all over the place, from right up north, right the way down south. So basically what I'm going to do while I'm here is try and tune into the building, see what's what, and we'll have a bit of a walk around, see if we can pick up anything, and then after that we'll do some videos and see what's going on. But I've been doing this quite a while now.
Okay.
And, the place feels quite atmospheric, and it does feel as though there is something lurking about, so we'll just have to see what goes on.
Okay, so it's going to be an amazing night. So I might be a little bit scared, but I've got an open mind and it's going to be a fantastic night, so stay tuned. To start the investigation off, we sat down. Our medium Rob said this was to focus the energy for the investigation. Rob then claimed he could sense spiritual activity.
Coming from the stairs. It's behind there. There's a lady you probably will have seen. She's aware that people have seen her. She's not very tall. Light coloured hair. Very slender figure. Likes coming here because of what it is. She feels comfortable. That makes sense. Come on up. I think as though I should look at this lady. She's definitely drawn to you, and she's not with the building. She's definitely with you. Now, as I was saying before about her chest, is quite tight. She's straightened up a bit, so she's aware of what we're doing, that type of thing. She doesn't really want to be in the limelight as such. She just wants you to know she's about, to keep you grounded. There's also children's energy around here, and it's like little footsteps, like running backwards and forwards. It feels like it should be up there, to be fair. And they've been heard. One of the reasons why it's quite cold up there, because I do feel as though there with the building previous to what it was before. Come on a bit closer. What this is doing,
just watching that then,
is it measures electromagnetic field. So when spirits come close, they're interacting with equipment and stuff, they produce like an energy field, which is a bit like electromagnetic fields. So what this does is it's like a plumber's tool, and they use it, to mark where all the electricity is in the walls and things. So anything over, I think it's 2.7. Is it 2.7 milligauss? I think is deemed in like as though it would be paranormal activity.
We then decided to head down into the basement. Now this is where most of the activity has been felt. As we was heading down into the basement, you could feel the temperature change and was a very unwelcoming place to be.
That many people come through each and every day, and when you come for a massage, you're dealing with stress, yeah? So, or whatever it is you come in here for. So you're lying there and you just, all your troubles are going away, but the energy stays in the room. So if it's not clear, the energy's not got rid of by the time you get here. And all them people, say there may have been 8 or 9 people come through this room today, and all their stress level and all their energy is rubbed off in this room, which is why it feels quite oppressive when you walk in. To me it doesn't, because I know what it is and I just got rid of it as I walked in. So, but if...
It's freezing in here.
Hello. All right, okay.
I'm following you in there. It's a cellar. It's
You should be a joke man, you know. Where you got him from?
That's where the... Oh, right, okay, that makes sense, because it goes right the way down the back.
Mm-hmm.
Right, okay. So, you know the man that you've seen? The one that's like horrible and old and really wrinkly and stuff. He comes from around there because this whole place was open plan. I don't feel as though these have all been put in like normal support wall. I don't know much about buildings, so but you know, walls that weren't there. I don't feel as though that was there. I don't feel as though this door was here. I feel as though this has been purpose built for what it is. Also, I feel like that in the room itself, it's not wide enough. It should be further that way. Like it like it's been chopped in half over time, and it runs into next door maybe. You'll find. I feel like there should be marks on the on the mirrors as well, like fingers. I won't touch it because someone's probably cleaned it and they will.
Have you guys seen any marks or anything, handprints or anything like that?
There's definitely like people touching as they go across. They're the little ones that run up and down because they come through here as well. Because most of where I feel is that it's coming from is an up. But back to the gentleman, he's not nice at all. But he's not like a negative. He's just like grumpy. Yeah, he's
we'll all get there one day.
But he see, you have more interaction with than any of the others because he likes you. I feel like you've noticed him more than anybody else. But most when you come down here and you're Todd. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do you work in this room?
No, not in this room. No, okay. But more out there. But you know the two chairs are sat opposite each other, and the two mirrors. The first one on where I tripped over, there is where he sits, and he'll sit in it. Well, she won't mind if I sit on this, will she? I like this one. It's not on mine. Oh, sort of off shoulder, so you're just aware, and it feels like here. And can you feel like that thing? How's it feel?
Cold.
Yeah, well, feel like that, but it's quite tingly as well. So when it transfers up, which he does, he'll do this. Is that? Yeah, a bit like that. It's because he's trying to move your hair, but it's because you're his preference than everybody else, and he knows that you're a bit upset by him. So
why would that be? Because he gets a reaction? Do you think?
I think it's because you're down here quick and you're up there quicker, aren't you? Yeah, and that's why, because he knows you're aware of him. He's not going to cause any problems. He's not going to cause any harm. He's just very mischievous, and he's an old bugger. And he'll come right in, because I do feel as though he'll just come right and make you feel dead uncomfortable like this. Yeah. And he's quite taller than you. He's not as tall as I am, but I feel as though he's taller than you, so he can loom over your shoulder. I do feel as though he's shown himself to everybody else, but in different ways. Like you'll have noticed him, but it'll be like, what was that? Whereas you notice full on that he's there, and you know because you can feel it here. And it feels like you want to be sick down here. It's not him that's making you sick, that's just how your body works, because he's communicating with you. I'll explain that a bit later how that works, but once you get to play with it, it's quite fun. Okay, right. I don't feel as though when this is a working room during the day, you'll not notice much at all. It's when you're closing up mainly, and sort of whoever comes down last is always the one that gets the interaction. It's usually you, yeah.
And I was the one turning the lights off. Everyone's too scared to come down.
Yeah, you need a remote switch from the end of the stairs.
And I do leg it up the stairs afterwards.
There's he's not the only one though. There's others as well. But they're not all together. They come separately, and I do feel as though that they're like in different times, so they won't interact with each other because they're not from that time. So imagine that when you're dealing with energy in buildings, especially, this is a false wall. Yeah. When you hit the brick wall, imagine that each brick is like a videotape. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So over time, then bricks absorb the energy, just like we were talking about before. Yeah. Yeah. And sometimes when you get spirits to do like a playback, so they do what they would have done when they were here. It comes from the energy of that brick. But if a million bricks would make a building, imagine all that energy.
There's a lot of energy
absorbed in that building, and that's why you sometimes get playbacks. But he's interactive, so he's not a playback. He's an interactive spirit. But I don't feel he's anything to worry about. But he does really freak you out, doesn't he? Yeah.
I'm always looking over my shoulder.
Our medium Rob followed what would be the spirit's daily path.
The noise is important. And then when the lady I was talking to before, making everything's alright, then he sort of sits here.
So what will you just be watching?
Yeah, but leans over there because he knows it freaks her out. Because you do all that to push the chairs in and stuff, and he will sort of sit in as you move it in, which is why you feel him on this side, yeah. But if you're brave enough to take time and sit in that one. You can all come round if you want. It just seems quite. I don't know whether you're being brave or what, or you just like that. Okay. Right.
You wouldn't normally do this by yourself, would you?
No.
No. Definitely won't be down here by yourself.
Can you see me in the mirror? My face in the mirror? A little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. What I'm going to do, I'm going to focus on the mirror.
Okay.
And I'm going to try and draw him into me and see if you can all see him through the mirror. Right? Doesn't always work. And can be debunked to death. Because it's basically either beholder. Yeah?
Wait, so what are you doing?
Scrying, it's called. I'm going to try and bring...
I'll be crying. I'm
going to try and bring the gentleman in to see if he can overlay his energy in with me.
Yeah.
And then what happens is it's like an
visual divination.
Yeah, it's like an energy. He overlays his energy on mine and changes my features, but not to your eyes there, but to your eyes in the mirror. Yeah.
I know it's something.
What?
A moustache.
On me?
Yeah.
Say. What type of moustache is it?
He fully looks older in the mirror.
Oh my god.
Like, you look like an old man.
No, it's like round your lips and all the way down like the side of your... Like, it's hard to explain.
Like a handlebar?
But longer.
Mm-hmm.
Adam suggested that we try a glass divination experiment to try and encourage some spirits to communicate with us.
Never again. Come forward. It sounds like the glass is rocking from side to side, but I can't determine whether that's you because you've got your fingers on there for so long.
It is actually quite a rough surface.
It doesn't feel like it's moving, it just feels like it's
Rocking.
rocking from side to side.
Claire, our team psychologist, wanted to try a different avenue of spirit communication.
Okay, this is a spirit box. What this space essentially is a radio. What it does, it sweeps, you can set it so it sweeps through the frequencies, either FM or AM, depending on how you set it up. And the idea is that spirits can use segments of speech through broadcast radio to convey messages. So you might hear the odd word or phrase coming through as it sweeps through those radio stations. And this is what I'm doing my research on. So I'll set it going. It can be very noisy, and it messes with your head a bit, but this is a very popular method on ghost hunting TV shows because it's obviously quite cheap and it tends to get quite good results.
Have you heard much from using that equipment?
I have heard messages that have come through, like I was mentioning to you before. I took it on a ghost hunt in Wales with Welsh speakers, and they heard Welsh messages back. Now, obviously, the sceptical interpretation of that is that they understand that language, so therefore they're hearing those messages back. Yeah. Just like we're all going to hear English, so unless anyone's got any second languages, you're predisposed to hear speech in your native language, so you're going to hear
you're going to
languages you can speak. But the flip side of that is we were in a Beaumaris jail on Anglesey, so if you from the side of things, if the spirits are going to be there, they're going to be Welsh.
Not much happened towards the rest of the night, but what did happen, however, our camera stopped focusing, and this was all happening when Rob, our medium, claimed to speak to a spirit called James. Unfortunately, this brings our investigation to a close for this month, but having been welcomed by so many spirits that dwell here, we've experienced many good goings on. Now for the future, let the hunt continue.
And I know you don't mean us any harm. We'd just like to talk to you, just to get your side of the story. Just stand in the doorway.
It didn't look like we caught much on camera, or did we?